Hey, what's up, you guys? Shaun here. I'm in Exposition Park. No, I'm not here for the California Science Center. I'm actually here for a different reason. Directly behind me is the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles. So right now, here at the museum, they've got a special exhibit called Natural History of Horror, the Science of Scary. As you can see, I'm all decked out in my Ghostbusters attire, including my lanyard from Halloween Horror Nights 2019. So a little film history for you guys about the horror genre. As some of you know, I work at Universal Studios Hollywood, and I'm kind of a big fan of horror a little bit, but I'm more of a Universal classic horror movie guy. I'm not really that big on like the more recent horror films. I mean, there's some that are really good I like, but others, I'm like, meh, not my cup of tea. But anyways, so a lot of guests, when they come to Universal, they think of Universal as being the creator of the horror genre. Well, that's not really true, in fact. They didn't create the horror genre because it's been around for hundreds of years, but they did create the Universal monsters that we know and love today. Bela Lugosi's Dracula, Boris Karloff's Mummy and the Frankenstein Monster, Lon Chaney Sr. as the Phantom from Phantom of the Opera, as well as the Hunchback of Notre Dame, and of course his son, Lon Chaney Jr., who is well known for his portrayal of the Wolfman, and of course, my personal favorite, Creature from the Black Lagoon. I say that they didn't create the horror genre because it's been around for hundreds of years, even before the invention of film. In fact, some of you may know that there was this thing called the Magic Lantern Show. Basically, it was a show where they would use a lantern, they would project images. Not moving images, but images in front of a screen and a wall. It wasn't until the invention of film that things started getting really interesting with the horror genre. In fact, there's one piece of film history that is well known for scaring the living daylights out of people, and that was the approach of a train in front of a train station. I am seriously not joking. Go look it up on YouTube. There's an old piece of footage of a train approaching or coming to a stop in front of a train station, and it scared people to death. And this was shown sometimes in front of bars, and literally people would be running out because they would be thinking that the train would come out of the screen and into where they were like watching the show. Nowadays we think of that as being silly, but back then nobody had ever experienced anything like that. So that's kind of like the first horror film. But yeah, go look up that footage on YouTube. That film is probably over 110 years old right now. That is incredible. All right, so without further ado, let's go into the Museum of Natural History of Horror. Let me just tell you right now, I haven't walked into this building since I was in kindergarten. That's how long it's been since I've been to the Natural History Museum. I have been to the Science Center, which is right over there. That's the building right there, the temporary home for the Endeavor. You just see the fuel tank right there. But I haven't been in here in a very long time. Here we go. So I paid for my ticket. It is $15 for just general admission for adults. They do have a discount for students. Ooh, Psycho Live. That's cool. But this is what I'm here for. Natural History of Horror. I'm excited. There is, of course, the T-Rex with the Triceratops. I've seen this in ages. You know what this reminds me of? Night in the Museum. So by the way, it is free with admission. So when you come into the museum, you're already paid and good to go. This is it. There are my buddies right up there. My hand's shaking. Oh my gosh, here we go. Oh, I can already hear scary music. We all fear sinister figures hiding in shadows or creatures lurking unseen beneath the water. Monsters are more terrifying when they could be real. For centuries, writers, artists, and now movie makers, like myself, have turned to real life for inspiration as they try to give our fears form. Here we explore the scientific experiments and discoveries that inspired some of the most iconic movie monsters of our time. Oh, the creature! The first thing you see is the creature. That is awesome. Course number 1 in my book. So they got a timeline here. 1954 is when the movie was released. So that's what inspired the creature. By the way, this is part of the James Irvine Foundation Gallery. Oh my God! That is awesome! This isn't the costume, this is actually a sculpture of the creature from Black Lagoon, and he is tall. What's cool about this shot is that they're on the Universal lot. In fact, the lake that you see, it's right there. That's where they filmed Creature from the Black Lagoon. That little lake. It was also used as the Pacific Ocean for McHale's Navy. Unbeknownst to her, lurking down in the waters is this guy. Yeah, they filmed the shots of the boat, the Rita, right there on the Universal backlot. It's also the same area where they filmed the scene when Anthony Perkins sank the car in Psycho. There's the supposed fish that came out of water. And a skeleton right there. Okay, this is cool. Original sculpted mask by Chris Mueller of the creature. Look at that. That is so cool. That's film history right there. Look at that. He said that the scuba diver that had to play the creature had to hold his breath for up to 3 minutes. Oh, there he is. He's on the screen. Alright, we're dealing with some creepiness here. That they experiments on animals to figure out what made them move. In one, he connected a lightning rod to a frog and watched it twitch when lightning struck. So you probably guess we were dealing with the Frankenstein monster now. It's interesting how little science was known about the human body until the 1700s. That's pretty weird. It's alive, so you can make this frog leg move. So what we have here is a lever and a frog leg right there. So let's go ahead and pull that lever. That is creepy. So we have some more props here. This is pretty cool. Got Dr. Frankenstein there. And another lever. I wonder what would happen if I did this. Here's an original poster right here. Carl Laemmle presents Frankenstein, the man who made a monster. Dr. Frankenstein's quest to reanimate the dead was based in part on the work of Luigi Galvani, a real 19th century scientist. Galvani's experiments in animal electricity, like the one we just witnessed, captivated the public, including Mary Shelley, the future author of Frankenstein. The storm will be magnificent. All the electrical secrets of heaven. Henry Frankenstein from Frankenstein. And here we have some of the props and stuff that were used in the movie. Look at this. This ball and chain here, the shackles, those were from the 1931 film Frankenstein. There he is, wearing them right there in the movie. Oh, this is interesting. When Frankenstein was released in 1931, many censors thought the monster movie was far too graphic. Some scenes were cut and others were shortened, including one where the monster, restrained by these shackles, is taunted and tormented by Dr. Frankenstein's assistant. And here we have another very famous horror icon, Boris Karloff's Mummy. The Mummy was inspired by the discovery of King Tut's tomb, which was opened by archaeologists in 1922 after lying untouched for over 3,000 years. The wonderful things inside sparked an international obsession with ancient Egypt. In the interest of science, even if I believed in the curse, I'd go on with my own work. So Joseph Wimple from The Mummy. And here's a vase that was used in the 1932 Mummy film. It's made of wood and metal. And this right here is one of the wrappings that was used in The Mummy. It's made of cloth and a wooden dowel. Over here we have mummified bird, cloth for wrapping a mummy. Something sort of, I can't pronounce the word. It says it's a type of, that's figure right there. Isis amulet. Funeral mask, and figurine of Isis with baby horse. And these are not movie props. They've been buried 1,000 years and were taken out by Egypt by collectors. Wow. So these are real, guys. Those are not movie props. Cursed. Hieroglyphics in Tutankhamun's tomb were mistranslated as curses. This Anubis shrine states, "I am the one who prevents the sand from blocking the secret chamber." It was translated in newspapers as, "I will kill all of those who cross this threshold into the sacred precincts of the royal king who lives forever." Oops. Bad translation, but... Uh-oh. Hi, Boris. Nice to see you. Yeah. That's not creepy at all. And more artifacts here, like paper clippings from when they discovered his tomb. 1922. That's pretty incredible. And I thought my garage was bad. Yikes. This is cluttered. Yikes. And just look how many cases are used to keep Tutankhamun's sarcophagus enclosed. Look at that. It says that's his sarcophagus right there. And it's enclosed in all these, like, boxes. You wanna know how long it took to get all that makeup on Boris there? 8 hours. Getting wrapped up and everything. Sheesh. We're now dealing with bats. Only one horror icon I can think of that deals with bats is, of course, Count Dracula. Now this bat right here, that was the bat that was used in the 1931 film Dracula, the one they waved in front of the window. Right there. It's the same bat right there. This prop bat tormented Count Dracula's victims in 2 different films. Universal Studios shot Dracula twice in 1930 with the same script on the same sets. One was filmed during the day in English, the other at night in Spanish. Though less well known, many critics think the Spanish language version is the better movie. Then this one is a common vampire bat and skull. So that's an actual vampire bat right there. And then this one is a wolf skull. Vampire legends had existed for centuries by the time Bram Stoker published his novel Dracula. Vampire stories followed the plague, rabies, and other contagious diseases across Europe as people blamed the blood-sucking beast for unexpected deaths and bloated corpses. Yikes. We have another poster from Dracula from Universal. Here's the disease, rabies. It says vampire bats are only found in the Americas, not Transylvania. Which did not stop people from using the bats as proof that the vampire legend could be real. Yikes. It says, can you make the sound effects for the scene? Ooh, we're doing Foley. The art of Foley right here. Make sound effects of a thunderstorm. So that's the sound effect right there, the thunderstorm. There it is. Here's a scene of the carriage ride. So the wagging noises. From, I believe, Dracula. And this is when he finds out, yep, the bat is driving the carriage. I'm just shaking the box around. And there you go. Creaking door, I think, would be this one. On the footsteps, he's just taking the shoes. Now, it says squeaking bat, but I can't hear it. Yeah, I don't know how to do the squeaking bat. I might be doing this wrong, but it says rat or bats. So I can't figure this one out. This is a bat flapping, by the way. So, like, if there was a bat flying around, that's how... Like like that. And these are cool because these are not real coconuts, but it's definitely representing coconuts. This is what you do. Put coconuts like this, and that's how you make the horse gallop right there. Oh yeah, last but not least, they have this sound effect at Universal a lot. This is pretty cool. Watch this. So you spin this around to make rain. Dracula was one of the first horror movies with sound. The dialogue was recorded in both Spanish and English, while a sound designer called Foley artist brought the soundscape of life to life using an array of unexpected items like the ones you see here. They take the form of wolves and bats. They leave their coffins at night, and they feed on the blood of the living. As a woman from Dracula. Posters in here from 3 of the movies, Creature of the Black Lagoon, Dracula, and The Mummy. And it looks like they are all out of Creature posters. Dang it. We got Mummy bookmarks, these guys, and pop figures. Well, not pop figures, but they're minis. Monster minis. Oh my gosh. Even here, they have the Natural History Museum. They've got Jurassic World. That is something. Can't escape it. Oh, there's blue. Right there. And in case you are wondering how much the posters are, $19.99. Yikes. Alright you guys, that is your special look at the Natural History of Horrors exhibit that's being featured right now at the Los Angeles County Museum of Natural History. I hope you enjoyed it. Yes, this was pretty much like almost like a advertisement for the Universal monsters from Universal Studios. And being an employee from Universal, I take great pride in that, and I really do enjoy the classic monsters, including my buddy here, Creature from the Black Lagoon, who we saw inside the museum, which it's pretty cool. And I didn't expect to see the mask from the movie, which blew my mind. That was incredible. That was really, really cool. So, on that note, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up button. It is greatly appreciated. By the way, while I was here, I got to check out a few of the other exhibits here at the Natural History Museum, so be sure to check out those other videos, too. Alright, guys, thank you so much for watching. And to scenes they say in Hollywood, I'm actually at Exposition Park, right in front of the Natural History Museum. That, my friends, is a wrap. This is pretty cool, right?